Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Emily Brown. Allison is off tonight. Well, it's day 2 of the WIAA State Track and Field Championships in La Crosse, and there was no shortage of excitement. Let's bring in News 8 Now's Kate Overton. Kate, how was the day today?
Yeah, Emily, certainly no shortage of excitement. Day 1 is a lot of fun, but today every event was a final, which meant we had many area athletes trying to secure a spot on the podium. One of those athletes, Blake Thierry. After getting his first gold medal in yesterday's competition, Thierry had a chance at earning 3 more today, which would make him the first male athlete since 2000 to achieve that feat. We also had a few other athletes looking to defend their title as state champion and more looking to make the podium for the first time ever. So be sure to stay tuned to see how all of our area athletes did and to hear their reaction. Emily.
All right, thank you, Cade. And turning to the weather, and let's head outside. A live look at downtown La Crosse. No sign of the sun quite today, but there is a chance of rain moving in. Greg is tracking the timing. Let's send it over to him.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain here today, just once again similar to Friday where a couple hundredths most areas had, and a lot of that is now pushed off to the northeast. There's still that haze out there due to smoke in the area, so that's why it does look kind of hazy out there. Right now, temperatures still in the 60s. Overall, high temperatures mainly 70s, upper 60s, depending on location, really depending on cloud coverage. You see, it really quite varies. You go further south, they had more sunshine, at least in the afternoon, giving those temperatures up to the mid to upper 70s. Otherwise, as we go throughout the evening, we're not going to see much in the way of shower activity probably for La Crosse. Less cloud cover as we go out, getting back down to just 65. So it's going to be a warmer or milder night than we've had yesterday. Eau Claire has a little bit of shower activity right now just to the northeast, but they'll decrease that cloud cover off and on. But then the clouds start increasing towards midnight because we do have a cold front approaching. Still only getting back to 64. There's all the activity. That's a 24-hour precipitation amount. So you see barely 100, 200s for most locations. There are a few showers out there, but most of that has now pushed off to the northeast of Eau Claire, and overall is fairly quiet right now. Bigger picture shows there's your front that we're tracking for the storms that will be arrive later. There's your overnight lows. It will be mild. Later on, we're going to track down when to expect the showers and thunderstorms, what it looks like going forward on Sunday, and more importantly, what it looks like to be maybe a chilly start for your work week, and that all coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Greg. La Crosse pools open today for the summer. You can swim at Erickson, Veterans Memorial, and Northside Community Pools. The pools will be open through August 17th. The cost is $5 per person. Kids 2 and under are free. Splash pads are also open. You can check them out for free at Copeland, Springbrook, and Pogue Park. They're open during regular park hours. Across Wisconsin, flags flew at half-staff in honor of the late former Oneida Nation chairman, Gerald L. Danforth. Governor Evers is behind the order. Danforth died at the age of 78. He served as chairman for the Oneida Nation in 1999 and again in 2005. Danforth focused on building the nation's gaming interests and economic development. He also pushed to preserve the Oneida language. Viroqua is celebrating Pride Month. Viroqua Pride was held today at the VFW Pavilion. There was music, drag performances, food, and drinks. Local vendors were also there, offering up a variety of things to buy, and there was also plenty of kid-friendly entertainment.
Our drag is G-rated, so it's, somebody does something from SpongeBob or, these kind of things, and the kids just love it. It's just this wonder and magic, and everything's so, glittery and...
The first Viroqua Pride Festival was held back in August of 2019. It was a send-off fit for pageant royalty. This is Miss La Crosse Oktoberfest, Savannah Grace Horstman. She left today for her next competition, the title of Miss Wisconsin in New Berlin. She says she's eager to meet the other competitors and talk about their community service.
My community service initiative is titled #Ally, supporting the LGBTQ+ community, and my focus is to educate others on what inclusion looks like and show others how to be a true ally in their everyday lives.
Savannah is a graduate of Holman High School and UW Milwaukee with a degree in microbiology. Well, here's a little horse with a big heart. Munchkin is a miniature horse with dwarfism. He's also a certified therapy animal. Today, Munchkin was at the Hoka Public Library taking part in story time and also spreading the joy of celebrating differences.
He walks a little bit slower, he needs to eat soft food. We talk about that in the book, and we talk about how our differences make us special. And all the kids get to come up and pet him and see what a wonderful horse he is. So that means that their differences also make them special.
Munchkin also likes to visit schools and nursing homes. Well, dozens of lines were cast for the 13th annual Take Kids Fishing Day. It happened today at Pettibone Park Lagoon. The Western Wisconsin AFL-CIO and the Union Sportsmen's Alliance's Boots on the Ground hosted the event. It provided kids with fishing poles and free snacks. Ace Hardware donated the bait for the event. Still to come, ice raids in LA turn dangerous, plus the crazy amount people are paying for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic.
Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu.
We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
Here's to the farm and fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99. Get a free trimmer attachment when you buy one of these Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Plus, Blaine's gift cards are always perfect gifts. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
Today's the day. Today's the day.
Today is the day. And today's the day.
Are you ready for National Fudge Day? Celebrate it with Valley Fudge and Candy. There is something for everyone.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
The Supreme Court hands over a big win to DOJ, the justices restoring the agency's access to Social Security data. The court's 3 liberal justices all ruling against the move. DOJ's access was first put on hold with a temporary restraining order in March. The Maryland man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador is back in the United States, and immigration raids in LA turned violent. CBS's Christian Benavides has more.
Kilmer Abrego Garcia is back on U.S. soil, now facing criminal charges in what the Trump administration describes as a large human smuggling operation that brought immigrants to the country illegally. He is being held in Tennessee. A federal grand jury indicting Abrego Garcia on 1 count of conspiracy to transport aliens and 1 count of unlawful transportation of undocumented aliens.
The grand jury found that over the past 9 years, Abrego Garcia has played a significant role in an alien smuggling ring.
Abrego Garcia's deportation to a maximum security prison in El Salvador became a flashpoint for President Trump's immigration crackdown after the administration admitted in court it had mistakenly deported him and vowed to never bring him back.
What happened today is not the manner in which this would have been handled had Mr. Abrego Garcia never been improperly sent to El Salvador. What happened today is an abuse of power.
Abrego Garcia's return to the U.S. comes as tensions over the administration's approach to immigration rise in Los Angeles. On Friday, protesters clashed with police after a series of immigration raids across Southern California, including one targeting businesses in downtown L.A. 18-year-old Katia Garcia waited to find out if her father and uncle were detained.
Like, they just called us, like, I was at school and they called us and I had to come over here for my dad.
Also over the weekend, the feud between President Trump and Elon Musk continued to escalate. In an interview with NBC News, President Trump said Elon Musk will face serious consequences if he funds Democratic candidates. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The hard-to-find Nintendo Switch 2 is already popping up on eBay. The game console officially went on sale midnight on Friday. Right now, there's over 100 eBay listings for the game. Prices range from $600 to $900. The Switch's actual price is $449. Nintendo projects to sell 15 million Switch 2 consoles by the end of March 2026. And Aldi is hoping to fight tariffs with deep summer discounts. The store cutting prices on more than 400 products, or 25% of its store selection. Aldi CEO says dropping prices across its over 2,400 stores means customers will save $100 million this summer. We'll have more news ahead, but first,
yeah, it's going to be a below average time for Sunday and Monday. In fact, we might not even get out of the 60s on Monday, but we do have some 80s in the forecast. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into La Crosse. They're going to go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town. And we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is going to expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Get 10% off sale prices or no interest for 3 years during the Memorial Day sale at Home Furniture.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms Market today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hey Nick, want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Well, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T. For the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Wild weather in parts of Texas. Take a look at this. In Lubbock, a tornado was caught on camera forming. The severe weather also spawning damaging wind gusts, large hail, and even flooding. But it's not over. More rain and storm chances could hit areas again tomorrow night. And a cooler, overcast June we had here today, but it was actually quite refreshing with the light rain this morning, Greg.
Yeah, we had a little bit of light sprinkles, even you could call it another 200. So kind of like Friday, where some areas had like 200 to 300s, basically enough to wet the ground. And we had that opportunity once again, mainly in the morning. Eau Claire areas have had that in the afternoon, but very light rain amounts. We still got haze out there, so there is that smoke aloft and even at the surface a little bit. In fact, we'll probably see a little bit more getting vected in as that cold front comes through. So you can see it start to push up. So we might actually see visibility drop a little bit for Sunday morning, along with the showers and thunderstorms coming through. And behind this front, we'll have more smoke being out. So it's not going to leave quite yet. As you see through Sunday, we got plenty more to come through until I think later on Monday we'll start seeing some improvements. But it's going to stick around too. It might actually get a little worse on Sunday. For all the showers, as I mentioned, most of it's north of I-94 right now. All that activity will really quickly diminish once the sun sets. Then we'll keep an eye as the front begins to approach here by the Twin Cities. It's probably not going to be there until about 11 p.m. You can see right there. Temperatures coming back down to 60s, so it's going to be a mild night with that south wind. There's the front right there about 2:15. By the time about it gets to Eau Claire, you're looking at 3:30 to 4 with that line of showers and thunderstorms, and it stretches back to the southwest, so it's going to be later on for Winona and eventually La Crosse. Probably not until about 4 to 5 at the earliest, probably closer to about 5 to 6 for La Crosse. You can see kind of a disjointed line coming through. Not expected to be strong or severe given the time of the day. It'll come through here quickly, so Eau Claire, by the time you get to 8, you're done with really the morning precipitation, and sunshine's coming out. La Crosse and other areas of the south, it'll probably be about 10 a.m. We're pretty much done with it. Now, we still have disturbances coming through behind this front, daytime heating, so a few showers and even a thunderstorm could pop up in the afternoon. You can see right there a little bit of a line at 2 p.m., but that's going to be scattered. Most areas won't see it. The wind will be picking up. That's the other thing for Sunday. Breezy conditions in the afternoon, and we have more precipitation coming. That's going to be for Monday as this low pretty much spins right overhead. You'll see another line come through here. For the Monday morning commute, we're probably going to see another line of showers or just generally light rain moving through, and that's really what we're going to see Monday. Everything's going to be rotating around the low to the north, so clouds, precipitation, cooler temperatures. That's what we're going to see for Monday. The good news is by the time we get to about Tuesday, it starts pushing off to the east. Generally, we're going to start seeing improving conditions Tuesday, and those 80s will be back by Wednesday. Precipitation all the way through about Monday. It's not going to amount to too much. Most of it's going to be further north. They could get up to maybe a quarter to 1 inch for Eau Claire up to Russ County. Further south you go, like Decorah down to Prairie du Chien, they're going to miss some of that with the front coming through Sunday, and they're not going to have a lot of wraparound moisture coming Monday, so totals down there won't be that impressive, maybe a tenth at the most. There's your Monday's highs right there. We're only going to be back into the 60s once we get to the 70s tomorrow. 60s, low 60s. We should be in the upper 70s, approaching 80, so quite a drop from what we typically see. And as we go further on to Tuesday, yes, we got the 70s coming back here, so we'll get back to average. Plenty of sunshine. Should be a great Tuesday. And for the most part, as we go forward, we have 80s, but we do have showers and thunderstorms coming back in the picture Thursday through Saturday. It's going to be kind of a wet period too, but we do get briefly up into the mid 80s potentially, and then we come back down probably closer to average by when we get to Father's Day weekend right now. So it's going to be quite a change for Monday, definitely. It's going to feel more like an early April type of weather with all the showers going on, but be ready for storms for tomorrow morning.
I wasn't hating today. It was nice and cool. It was
oh no, I love the temperature with it. Very nice.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Greg. Kate is next with sports.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection, multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends June 30th. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Day 2 of the state track and field championships, and things were heating up. Every race today is a final, which meant we had a lot of athletes making the podium. Let's go to Veterans Memorial Field. Perfect day for a track meet, and Prairie du Chine's Blake Thierry looking to make history. Going for 4 gold medals, first in the 100 hurdles. Thierry glides through the finish line at 14.16, giving him his second gold of the meet. Then in the triple jump, Thierry would have a best jump of 47 feet. That was good for gold. And then in his last event of the day, the 300 hurdles, Thierry giving it his all. He would break his own school record, but finished in second as Hayward's Lucas Hansen broke the D2 state record.
I mean, great day. I mean, lots of people would take 3 state titles on any day, but I mean, it's a great feeling. If you would have told me last year I would have been on top 3 times, probably wouldn't have, believed you, but bought into the process this summer and got a lot better, and it worked out well.
Speaking of records being broken, the Kickapoo Lafarge girls 4x100 relay team, they were quick. Katie Randau, Ava Young, Chloe Walter, and Jewel Kleinsasser would finish in 48.9 seconds, breaking the D3 record and giving them the gold. Those same 4 goals also took gold in the 4x200 relay, making sure their hard work paid off.
Didn't see anybody in front of me, and I couldn't really feel anybody breathing next to me, so I knew that we won like 10 meters before I crossed the finish line, so I had the biggest smile because I knew how hard we worked and we finally accomplished it.
The Westby girls would take 3rd place in that same event. A bunch of great action out in the field. Holman's Brenna Schmidt on her last throw of the day would go for 41 feet 4 inches, giving her the silver medal, something she didn't see going into the season.
I did not see myself standing second at the podium, but I saw myself on the podium and my trust the process throughout the season and kept building, so yeah.
Also out in the field, Onalaska's McKenna McGarry would finish in 2nd place in the long jump with a mark of 18 feet 11 inches. Luther's Lauren Wickus took 5th in the D3 high jump and 6th in the long jump. Cochrane Fountain City's Cecilia Dittrich would take 4th in the D3 long jump. North Crawford's Gavin Tamling would finish in 4th place in the Division III discus, and in the D2 triple jump, we had 4 area athletes make the podium, including West Salem's Luke Baginski, who was fired up for a 3rd place finish.
I knew I needed something big to try to get on the podium. I was talking to my coach. I just wasn't being aggressive enough in my runway, and she got me aggressive, told me to just be confident, and I went out there and just had a big jump, and I got really lucky. So getting a jump like that, it just puts a smile on my face. It puts a smile on every competitor's face, and it just feels great.
In the D1 110 hurdles, Holman's Jakai Ayad would finish in 5th place. In the D3 girls 100 hurdles, DeSoto's Paisley Eggy would finish in 6th, and Cashin's Michaela Gooslaw would take 5th. And in Division 1, Onalaska's Ella Stevens would also finish 5th. Some crazy competition in the D3 1600 meter run. CFC's Addie Dillman would cross the finish line in 2nd place, while Westby's Elizabeth Curtis came in at 6th. The top 3 finishes all had a sub 5-minute mile. Wow.
It's just a lot of adrenaline, and going into it, I feel really honored to be running with such amazing girls, and it's really just a privilege to be surrounded about this such amazing competition, especially because we are D3.
Later in the 800 meter run, CFC's Paxton Dillman will come across the line in 2nd place. and that would wrap up a first place finish. And the team scores for the Pirates: 1 first, 3 seconds, and a 4th place finish. What a weekend for the Pirates. We've got a lot more results and reaction, so be sure to come back at 10. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Today's the day. Today's the day.
Today is the day. And today's the day.
Are you ready for National Fudge Day? Celebrate it with Valley Fudge and Candy. There is something for everyone.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like $130 off this Craftsman Mechanics tool set, 10% off WeatherGuard truck boxes. Rewards members save 15%, and select vehicle accessories 20% off. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Finally.
Nope. We still got a few showers out there for areas north of Eau Claire, but then it's really the showers and thunderstorms come after about 3 a.m. for Eau Claire, closer to 5 or 6 for La Crosse. The showers and thunderstorms will come through. Then we'll have some really showers continuing. There's your high temperatures. That's the 70s tomorrow, probably early in the morning. And then as we go throughout the 8-day forecast, we have 60s. So quite a cool start to Monday with a lot of showers going on. And then it does improve with some mid-80s by Wednesday. Unfortunately, the second half of the week and Father's Day weekend starts getting a little bit more active with showers and thunderstorms.
Okay, yeah. And finally at 6, one unique vegetable show. It happened at a fair in London. Veggies were carved into pop culture events and celebs. There was Cowley Parton, a papal cornclave, the Great Wall of Broccoli, and Chat Peel Roan. The 2-day fair also had livestock competitions, food, and music, and that's quite a turnout for such an unusual event.
I mean, here in Wisconsin, we'd probably have a butter show where they'd carve celebrities out of butter. That would make more sense.
Well, the Sparta Butterfest is going on right now, so that's probably something like that's going on. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 10.